like there's just so much to be thankful for. If you're feeling down today, I want to really encourage you to just do something that you love. Put on a positive podcast. Call a family member you haven't talked to in a long time that always cheers you up. Play with your children. You know, if you don't have children, call your nieces and nephews. And there's just so much to be thankful for. If you're feeling like the breakthrough hasn't happened, if you're feeling like, when is it going to be my turn? If you're feeling like left out, when I tell you there's just so much in this life to be thankful for. And a lot of times what we don't realize is that the season that we're in is in store for us. But what we don't realize is that sometimes God hasn't blessed us with the gift or with the career or with the spouse or with the opportunity because he's still working on us, so that way we can maintain it, keep it, and sustain it and have a really great foundation under it when we actually get it. So I just wanted to get on and give you a positive word on this beautiful Sunday. You know, there's just so much information on the internet. There's so much going on in politics. Obviously, you really have to become a master at this game of what it is to be living in 2024 with AI, with so much information at our fingertips, so much exposure to so many different topics that we usually wouldn't have. It just wasn't necessary for everybody to know. And I really want to encourage you just to, you know, just be thankful. Turn off the phone for a while. Delete the Instagram app for a week. You know, do a social media cleanse if you just kind of need to recalibrate and get your mind right. My personal opinion, of course, it's definitely not the most correct one, but my personal opinion is you don't necessarily have to just completely delete social media if you are struggling with it, but there is ways, tools, and strategies for you to get in front of maybe, you know, over comparing or feeling like you're addicted to it and scrolling on it a lot. You know, there is ways and strategies. For me, what I did was I still have the same mode, and it's really worked for me. The app, just because maybe, you know, I'm struggling, right? A lot of people are like, well, how do you delete the app, or how do you do a social media cleanse when maybe your business is online? What I've done, the strategy that I've done is I don't need to know everybody's stories. I just don't. I don't need to know what everybody did today. I don't need to know that people walk their dog. I don't even know that people went to Taco Bell. I don't need to know that people are studying for something. Like, I just don't need to know. The only people that I need to actually be in touch with and tune with is maybe my immediate family, and they have my direct number. Even them, all of my siblings, I have 2 sisters and 3 brothers. All of them, all of their stories are muted. Now, maybe when I have some free time, I'll go and like look at people's stories, but everybody's muted, even including my mom. So, and I'll definitely read everyone's comments when I park, and I also, if I don't get to read it when I park, I definitely always read them afterwards. So definitely make sure to leave a comment. I would love to know your opinion on the social media topic. But when I just was, you know, this Sunday, I got a lot done today, and I just was kind of hanging out, having a tea, catching up, you know, just that's my entertainment, right? That's pretty much everyone's entertainment. Is, you know, scrolling on social media, and I just was like, there's just so much negativity and so much, you know, we didn't used to debate like this all day. And when you really think about it, when you're done with the debate with a stranger online, you've wasted 2 hours of your life, and then what, right? And then what? So it's just important to just kind of take this time this Sunday just to reset, regroup. You know, if you need to do a social media cleanse, if you need to, you know, maybe meal prep, read your Bible, you know, whatever your faith is, read your Bible, pray, just kind of like clean up your energy, clean up your you know, your outlook. If you're just kind of feeling down, if you're kind of feeling like confused, if you're kind of feeling like just lost, it's okay. Everybody in the world feels the same, and I'm not kidding. Like, there's actually somebody I had a conversation with yesterday, and I was actually shocked listening to some of the things that they were telling me, because I was like, you would never know that just by looking at you. You know, some of their insecurities, some of the things that they're struggling with, some of, you know, the things that they don't want anyone to necessarily know because they're embarrassed. And I just was like, you? Like looking at this person like, what? So you just never know what everyone's going through. Don't feel like you're alone. Everybody has, I always feel like there's a great equalizer in life. Like God has given everybody equal balance of opportunity to thrive, and also what their specific challenges will be in every single layer, right? If you're on the lower socioeconomic scale, the middle, the higher, there's always a batch of benefits, and there's always a batch of things that are big pitfalls and downfalls. So don't feel like you're down. I live in LA. There's so many people out here posing and miserable. So if you have breath in your body, if you have your health, you know, you're generally doing okay when it comes to your health, meaning, you know, you don't have any chronic things. I mean, when I tell you, I used to be a caregiver for my grandmother, and I would follow a lot of caregiving accounts, and I would go to doctor's offices multiple times a week and just see people. And I'm like, now that's actually something to be concerned with. Like, that's actually something to be stressed out or worried about, right? And they would just be so lovely and pleasant, and just kind of seeing the brighter side of things. It's interesting how when people are going through something actually worth complaining about, they're actually they have a different outlook. And then people that really aren't going through much, it's perceived like they are, you know, maybe some drama, or maybe, you know, a bill came out, an automatic payment came out that you weren't expecting, so you thought you had more money for the weekend, and it hit the account, and now you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so broke. You're fine. You have breath in your body. You can laugh. You can go on a beautiful walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's things that used to make us happy. Like, get tapped into the simple things that used to make us happy. Like, you don't have to keep up and have to be at a 5-star restaurant, have to be at a top tier hotel, you know, on a Sunday fun day. And I know that this is not going to apply to everybody, but I'm just speaking of like major cities. It's like, it's almost like if you're not doing something, you're missing out. And it's like, no, today I'm going to a birthday party. Usually I'd be right Sunday fun day, right, with my tea and getting organized for the week and loving it and feeling like that was the turn up, that was the vibe. Okay, so it's nice to be out in the sun or whatever, but to be honest, I actually prefer these days my peace to be at home while I'm getting organized and thinking of ideas, working on my business, and just leveling up in multiple areas of my life. Okay, so that's an interesting at just glance. I usually don't. That was a quick comment. I've never actually been called that. That's an interesting outlook. That's an interesting what's the word I was gonna say? I'm not sure, but I've never actually been called that, so I don't know what to say about that. But thanks for tapping in. Make sure to like the video or do a thumbs down, and hopefully you can tap into my other videos and see the main stuff I talk about on this channel is health, fitness, mindfulness, God, leveling up, spirituality, and all of that. So it's mainly for women, but I definitely do have men that watch my channel and get a lot of value out of it, and I learn things from them as well. So, but yeah, so I just wanted to get on here with a nice word today, and just, it's okay. It's okay. You're gonna be fine. This season will pass. God is working on you. Trust me. This year, at the beginning of this year, I was like, okay, like I was really, my faith was very tested. I just was like, you know what? It's seeming like I'm being forgotten about, God. It's really seeming like I got forgotten about. And like, I was like, just this close from like a breaking point. And then it just seemed like, but I still kept my faith. And then boom, I had a breakthrough in a great way. Not a breakdown, but a breakthrough in a great way.